CCS Cinema Club, welcome. I'm Leah Gersing from Whetstone High School, and this is
Sarah Dirth, also from Whetstone High School.
And then our special guest,
Lanaya Dozier, and I'm from Cause.
Yeah. Well, it's really nice to see you today. This is a new guest. We haven't had Lanaya before. We're very excited. We're going to be talking about the new Mean Girls movie.
We as women have to be able to support each other.
Get in, loser.
Welcome, Katie.
You're never gonna believe what I found this morning. Your burn book.
Mom, go make snacks.
For sure, Regina. Yeah.
So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. In 2004, Mean Girls, starring Lindsay Lohan and directed by Tina Fey, came to the screen. To say the least, people loved it, and now, in 2024, we see the musical adaptation of the girly classic brought to the screen. Yeah, we're going to be talking about Mean Girls 2024, and it's a musical. Which is so fun. I know you like theater, Lanaya, so...
I love theater.
Have you seen this musical before?
If people know what a slime tutorial is, yes, I have.
Yes. I have personally, I've never seen it, and I didn't listen to it. I definitely knew about it. I've listened to some of the songs, and I liked them, but I did not know what to expect going into the movie, so I was very excited.
Right. I haven't seen it, but I have listened to it. So I knew the music, so I kind of got the vibes of the music, but it was very different in the movie. And have you guys seen the OG Mean Girls 2004?
Yes, I love it.
I don't remember, the time before, when I haven't seen it. I don't remember that. I feel like I was born and I just knew the movie. So,
Exactly.
Yes.
No, that was just I was born as a mean girl. Not in that way.
Not as a mean girl.
Not as a mean girl, as a girl who
loves mean girls.
A reformed plastic.
Yes.
So which mean girl is our favorite mean girl?
I love Karen.
I
really love Karen.
Okay, I love Karen. I get Gretchen.
Yes. I like Gretchen,
Me
for
too.
sure. I mean, I do have to say, for this specific movie, I think I really liked Karen, but then I also really liked Renee Rapp.
As Regina,
She
yes.
killed that role.
She killed it.
It was amazing. She has a great voice.
Okay, so, for the movie, my favorite was Regina because of Renee Rapp, but before the movie, it was still Regina because of the musical.
Yes.
So,
yes.
I just love Regina.
Regina is amazing, okay? We love her. I mean, well, in certain ways, we love her.
We hate her and we love her.
This was a very early 2000s movie, and there are some trends that we know about because we were kind of born around that age. We were more 2010s type kids.
Yeah.
But what is your favorite early 2000s trend?
The zebra cheetah print stuff.
Yes.
It's so, I love it.
I love that.
I love that.
Animal print.
I've got to say, just the bright colors. The bright colors was really poppy, really fun.
I love
favorite.
low-rise jeans. I don't know if that's... I think that's early 2000s. I love low-rise jeans. They're so cute. And I feel like that was a great time for, fashion, in my view, because I really like early 2000s fashion. Do we think that the movie did the musical justice?
I think it did justice with, specific, characters.
Right.
And all of that. I think it was a good movie, overall.
Yeah.
I definitely enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. So, I'm not saying it's bad. But did it do the musical justice? To an extent, yes.
Yeah.
I feel like I can't really say because I never experienced the musical for, to its full extent before. But I listened to some of the more popular songs, and I thought that they sounded pretty good in the musical. I think there were some that definitely sounded a bit different in the movie, but yeah, they were pretty good.
Yeah, I think it was different, but I feel like it was different in a good way because I think a lot of people expected it to be either exactly like the old Mean Girls movie or exactly like the musical. And when they came in with those expectations, they didn't get that. And then they were like, oh, this is bad.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think that if you go into the expectation that this is a new thing, you can get a good vibe from it. So why should people go see Mean Girls?
I just think it's really fun. It's a really fun movie. It was very entertaining. It's definitely a new take on it. So if you saw the old one, it's going to be a lot different from that. But yeah, I feel like it's definitely worth the watch.
Yeah.
I feel like what I'm gonna say, I feel like some people like are gonna be like, that's controversial, but no. The old one definitely, it's outdated. It's 2024 now, and so this is like especially like people who are like our age when we watched it, they might watch this one.
Yeah.
And it's like fit for them. They're gonna love it when they see it. It's very fun, which is why I think people should watch it. And yeah,
That's true.
Yeah, that's a really good point, is that
I've-
the old one
yeah.
is definitely does feel a bit outdated when you watch it. So I'm glad that
Yeah.
the newer generations have this movie.
Yeah, because when we watch it, it's like it feels like, oh, it's the original.
Yes.
Like, what do you know about Mean Girls 2004? But I guess new kids, like, they're not really gonna understand how iconic the old one is because it doesn't really relate to their high school or what they imagine high school to
Yeah.
be, their high school experience. And so I think that that's a really good point. So I think that people should go see it because it's a great sleepover movie. I think
So
that
true.
out of like all the sleepover movies, like things that you watch at a fun little slumber party, Clueless, Mean Girls,
Yes.
The Sleepover.
yeah.
The Sleepover.
Oh my
I
God.
feel like
Oh
not
my
enough
gosh,
people talk about that movie.
Not enough
Yes.
people talk about it. That movie was kind of crazy.
It was.
But what are some of our favorite sleepover movies?
Well, obviously The Sleepover,
Mm-hmm.
you know, but also 13 Going on 30 is one of my all-time favorites.
Yes.
I love that one.
Oh my God. I feel like my answer is like really depressing, but when I'm with my friends, I like to watch like sad movies. So if we want to talk about like a sleepover movie, like I think A Walk to Remember. It's
never
it's
seen
not
that.
a rom-com, but
seen
it's
it.
a romance movie, and it's like, yes, I want to watch these with my friends.
Of course.
Romance movies are perfect for sleepovers.
They're
The
so
Notebook.
perfect. The Notebook, me and Leia just started watching it, but we couldn't finish
I
it
continued
before
it a little
we
bit
fell-
when you left.
Without me?
Oh my God. I don't
I'm
strong.
sorry. I'm sorry.
The Devil Wears Prada is a good one.
The Devil Wears Prada
Yes.
is so good.
That one's good.
She's All That. I just
She's
recently
All
watched She's All
Yes.
That for the first time.
They made a remake on that one
They
too.
did.
Yeah.
That was with
Addison
Addison
Rae.
Rae.
Oh my God. Yeah. I didn't watch that one.
Neither have I.
I watched.
You watched it. What were your thoughts?
I was like, wow. I really, you know what? It was for the experience. It was a great Netflix film.
Yes.
I enjoyed it.
Good.
It was kind of crazy. Lots of stuff going down.
Yeah.
But there was one part where she had like a bubble coming out of her nose.
I
and
saw
then they were
that.
like, that's
I saw
that's
that
how
on
it started.
TikTok,
They were
and
like,
then-
oh my God, bubble nose girl. And then they like shunned her.
I feel like that's
Kourtney
becoming a
Kardashian
new.
was like, I can't work with you anymore.
I feel like that's becoming a new kind of trope in more like modern high school music, or not musicals, movies. Where that's like the inciting incident is where like someone has a viral moment online that like ruins their reputation.
Yes, it's true.
That reminds me of that one Netflix movie. Oh my God. I don't remember the name, but it was like all about like these social media influencers. And then there was like the main character, she wasn't one. And then
Oh my god.
she kind of became one viral moment. Life was over.
Oh no. No, because that's that's like the theme, I think, because of like cancel culture and stuff.
Yes.
Because I want to say that a lot of people that work in like film industries or like places where they have more of a platform, they want to talk about cancel culture.
They do.
Maybe my theory is they don't want to get canceled. Maybe
I
And so they're
agree.
like,
They're
guys,
like-
we're all human. Let's just love each other, please.
That is a really good point. Oh my
That's
gosh.
because I feel like, and it was in Mean Girls, Tying Back, at the end of the movie, because I don't know, because Regina, she was like very popular, and then she kind of
Yeah.
fell off. And
Yeah.
then we had our ingenue, we had Miss Katie, and Katie was like, hey, and everyone was like, oh, I kind of love her. And they loved her, and then they canceled her. They were like, she threw her in front of a bus. And then they were like, at the end, they were like, everyone's human.
Yeah.
And so I think that was kind of the message from this one. But they said it in a really good way, and I think
Yeah.
that message does need to be spread.
Definitely connecting to the like first movie for sure. Like that was kind of their message, is like don't bully people, clicks aren't good. And so I feel like that kind of transferred into this, but they added the online aspect. Because that's the thing is in 2004, it wasn't as, like, common, to be posting things, like, on Instagram and stuff like that. So they kind of brought that into this movie.
True. There is a lot of it's very online. It's kind of looks like it's filmed from a phone for a lot of the times. How do we feel about some of those shots?
I thought it was fun. Like, found footage sometimes, like, in, like, movies. I think that's, like, always, like, great. Like, what's the movie? It came out with Stormy Reed, and she was, like, missing. I think it was just called Missing.
Yeah.
And, like, the whole thing was, like, online.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
I never watched that, but I wanted to. My brother was watching it, and I was like, oh, I gotta watch this. It's on Netflix, right?
Yeah, but I think those, like, parts were cool because, like, also, like, trying to be spoiler free, but it's like they did, like, bring in, like, a lot of things that, like, us as, like, the younger audience, like, knew.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it felt cool to me because I'm like, I'm on my phone right now.
Yeah. That is cool. And I think a lot of people see something that's like, there are a lot of movies that try too hard to, like, show the internet, and they'll be like, I gotta do this new TikTok dance for my TikTok followers. You didn't get 100 million likes on your new TikTok? Like, every single person in high school has 100 million likes. Which can be unrealistic, but I feel like this one was pretty realistic. Like, it was mainly just people just, like, in their bubble at school, like,
I feel
how
like
gossip goes around.
Movies like this that are trying to be, like, relevant with, like, the internet and stuff like that, I feel like it goes better when they include less of, like, specific trends and more of just, like, general things. Because by the time you, like, trends move so fast nowadays that by the time you make a movie with, like, some specific reference from the internet on it, it's, like, way outdated by the time the movie comes.
That's
but I thought this movie did it better because they didn't really reference as many specific things like that. They kind of just kept it more like general Instagram, TikTok, stuff like that.
I think their goal was, like, just, like, letting people know, like, this is, like, what happens usually. They didn't, like, try to, like, reference, like, a specific trend. They were like, trends come and go. This happens, because we saw that in the movie where they would, like, be doing these trends.
I liked it. I thought it was cool, and sometimes it looked like it was being filmed from TikTok, and I just felt like that was a good way of filming it. Some people didn't like some of the angles. Like, there was one angle where she was, like, really close to the camera.
That one also kind of threw me off when I first saw it.
But I honestly don't think I would have noticed it if people online hadn't said it, so I'm trying to, like, I don't know if it's just me. I don't know if it's just online getting to my head, but it wasn't too bad.
No.
Yeah.
Casting wise, how do we feel about that? Because I know that we have our classic, we have our girls with Lindsay Lohan. Classic. How do we feel about the casting for everybody? Did we think it was good?
I think everyone fit their characters when it came to, like, acting. And all of that. I think it was, like, almost perfectly casted.
I thought it was really well casted.
I didn't think there was, like, any, like, bad actors that, like, oh, they shouldn't have been in this movie. No, I think it was fine.
No, I agree. I think that the casting was really good. I specifically loved Renee Rapp because this is an example for, like, a lot of musical movies. We have, like, people who who weren't singers before, who didn't do musical theater before, or who are, like, pop singers, but they aren't musical theater singers. And I know that, I'm pretty sure Renee Rapp had, like, a background in musical theater.
Yeah, she won the Jimmy Awards. I forget which year, but...
Well, there we go.
Very fun. So.
Well, there we go.
I thought that her casting was, like, a great example of someone who can really, like, sing musical theater music being in a movie. Because I feel like too often there's, like, they'll cast an actor who's a great singer, but they have a background in, like, pop music or, like, another kind of music, and it doesn't translate as well into, like, musical theater style singing. And so, but I thought that that was done really well in this movie.
And hers is the perfect mix because I feel like she does have music. She does like pop music. And this movie was more like pop music. Like, it kind of took the musical to a different version and made it like poppy. And that was pretty cool. And I feel like she has the perfect voice for that. Do we feel there's anything missing from the movie?
Of course, I don't want people to be mean to each other, but I do feel like the oh, Karen's pretty nice anyway, but like like the other two, other than like Regina, Gretchen, and Karen, I just feel like they weren't that mean.
They weren't.
They were just like,
true.
yeah.
They were just kind of like high school girls being a little petty sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like if they would have shown them being like a little more mean at the beginning, it could have like shown them changing instead of just like they're really nice but they're just friends with Regina.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think that they definitely could have had more like, I don't know, they could have been mean girls. Like,
Yeah.
girls can be mean.
Exactly.
And I feel like maybe we were trying to make it look too nice because then they didn't want to promote, I don't know, meanness. I have no idea.
Yeah, but I feel like if they would have been like, I don't know, shown how mean people can be in the beginning and then
Yeah.
they could show later, like, this is how they changed, though, like, character development.
Get your pencils ready or your pens ready. Basically, what's going to happen, I'm going to read a trivia question, and anyone listening can come up with an answer to and try to guess. And then you guys are going to write it down. And whenever you're ready, let me know.
Okay.
Okay. Does she go here? True or false? The answer was false. Did we get false?
I got false.
We got false. Yes. Good job. Perfect. This is from the 2004 movie. They didn't mention this in the new movie. Karen's brain may not be the most reliable, but what is her hidden talent? A, super sick dancing skills. B, makeup artist. Or C, can predict the weather. Answer is C, can predict the weather.
Did get
Yes. Oh my gosh. I hope there's not a tie. You guys are going to have to split the crown. All right, last one. Oh, this is good. Which of the following fashion trends were staples in the early 2000s? A, baguette bags. B, choker necklaces. Or C, headbands. This is a
one's
hard one.
tricky. I feel like, give me an era. Like
This is
Like
2000s,
2000,
early 2000s,
2000
straight out of
from
the 90s.
2010.
Yeah.
Okay.
also like the 90s. Okay.
3, 2, 1. Baguette bags.
I got
They're mini
choker.
purses.
I said headbands.
Okay, so chokers and headbands are 90s, guys.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking for both of them, but I was like,
I tried to trick ya.
I'm sure.
I tried to trick ya.
I'm sure there was some crossover though. People probably wore headbands.
That's true. But baguette bags, those were...
I was picturing a bag that looked like a baguette.
Yeah, that's what I was picturing.
All right, guys. So perfect timing. It looks like we're getting into the spoiler end. So if you are listening or watching and you don't want to hear any spoilers, go ahead and
Click
sign
away.
off and go watch that movie. You can watch it in theaters. I don't know if there's any streaming services you can watch it on right now, but look for it if you if you can't go out. Now we can get into like certain favorite moments. Do we have any favorite moments?
Okay, I think my favorite moment was probably, like, I loved the Christmas scene because it was just very funny.
What was it called? Like dancing around the
Dancing
Christmas
around
pole?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also really liked World Burn.
That was so
That's
good.
what I was gonna
Yeah.
say too. I loved it.
Yeah. That was really good. I really liked this one. I think this was one that everyone liked. What was the song that Karen sung? What was that one called?
Oh, Setsi.
Sexy.
Yes.
Guys, that one was so good.
It was so
It
good.
was really well themed, like filmed. But it was kind of like she was running around the party and
Yes.
dancing, and it was so Karen, like that's what she's gonna do. That's her party vibe. I felt like it was really well filmed, and her voice was amazing. She did really good. Those runs at the end were fantabulous.
Yes, it was so good. I was, like, very proud of that moment. I'm saying, like, proud, like, I wrote this, but no, I didn't. But, no, like, coming from, like, a fan of the musical before the movie, I think Setsi was, like, so good.
It was so good.
Yeah, and I feel like in both of those scenes, they kind of got like it was like the rest of the movie was kind of paused and you were really in the moment of the song instead of it being kind of like you know, dialogue and singing. They got like all the lighting and like it was so
True.
well filmed, and yeah.
It was almost
Yeah.
like its own like music video.
Yeah.
It was awesome. What are our favorite songs? And if you want to mention favorite song in the musical in general, that's cool too. And then some of our least favorite songs.
And so we can like actually talk about spoilers. I guess like something I was disappointed about was the fact that they didn't include like, of course they're not going to include all the songs, but they did miss a lot of things. So, Revenge Party was really good, but I just don't like it as much as I like it in the musical.
Yeah.
So the movie, I mean, it was good. It was good if it was the first time I heard it, but it wasn't. So
Right.
yeah.
Right.
I really liked, what's it called? World Burn, the one
Yeah.
with Regina. I really liked that one. Sexy, also really good. I did feel, I wish I could remember the names of them better, but Stupid with Love,
Oh,
that
yeah.
one. I feel like it was good, but I wish that I could hear more of like the emotion in her voice. It kind of, after listening to the musical version, it felt like that one felt so expressive, but in comparison, I think the movie one was not as expressive, but it still kind of fit with the movie.
I feel like my favorite was probably Sexy. That was the best one,
Yeah.
guys. That was the best
Yes.
one. I also love, there's this one scene where Damien sings
Oh,
the iCarly theme song at the talent
I
show.
loved that. That was so funny.
That was amazing. That was really funny. What's the song that he sings in the original movie? Do we know? Does he?
no, I do.
I know he does some sort of performance.
Every day is so wonderful.
Singing iCarly, I feel like, is cool because it's more reference to like
It
our
is.
childhood.
Yes.
So it was kind of like relatable and funny because that's so something that someone would do.
Yes.
It totally is.
I do have like my favorite song though, because I did not mention that. But Someone Gets Hurt.
Oh,
And
That's true.
I think it was my favorite. I think my favorite like with the musical was like World Burn, but like with the movie, it turned into Someone Gets Hurt because of like not even the song, the vocals, like that. Those were amazing, but like the way it was shot and everything, it was so cool, and I loved it. And I was like in the theater, like my jaw was dropped the entire time. It was so good.
yeah, with the lighting and everything, it did look like its own like moment. It was so good.
Yeah, I loved it, guys. Guys, I really like this movie. If you haven't seen it yet, go see the movie.
Go watch it. Yes.
Go watch the movie. Now, there are a lot of like stage musicals brought to the screen. What are some examples of really good ones?
Ones that were musicals and then became movies?
Yeah.
Or
Or just like, you know what? Just any musical
any
movie.
musical? This is a little controversial. Maybe it isn't. Into the Woods, the Disney version. I really liked that. I always loved Into the Woods, the musical, and I remember seeing it when it first came out. I think I was pretty young then, but I saw it in theaters, and I just loved it. I thought it was so good. Meryl Streep,
I can't watch Into the Woods, guys.
Leia has a curse.
I think we need to talk about this. I'm cursed.
Oh,
Every single time I have ever seen Into the Woods, I've never been able to finish it because someone has gotten sick. And it's been bad. And I am afraid that I'm next. So I can't watch it. I won't watch it.
yeah. A good like one that was like, okay, this also like might be controversial, but I really loved it when it came out. But Cats.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
The movie?
Yes, the movie. Everyone was like, this movie is so weird.
I never saw it.
And it was a musical, like a Broadway musical beforehand, and I liked the movie.
Yeah.
Like I remember, this is like my confession. I remember after I watched the movie, I was walking like the cats. I was like in my house, just moving like them, acting like I was a cat
You're
from
an
the
actor.
movie. Yeah, I'm an actor.
That's one of the best parts of Cats, though, is the dancing and like everything.
I love Cats the musical. I never saw the movie, but I feel like the musical is really good because the costuming is so beautiful. And the music's really good. When I was a kid, I used to I helped out with Cats one year, I think from my babysitter. My babysitter was there, and so we went. And I could not stop singing Memory. I was like, I have to. Memory. I felt like Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Yeah.
I was little tear from the eye. And there are some that like aren't musicals before or aren't movies before. There's Wonka is very popular right now. I saw it.
I did
Never
not
seen
see
it.
Guys, I liked it. I loved it. I thought it was so cute.
Yes.
And it came with there were little movie snacks that were hats, and they changed
Really?
That's so
your tongue
cute.
turned blue.
That is so cute.
I thought it was good. I thought Timothée Chalamet did a good job too. But they sung, and that I honestly didn't expect that until like, I think like a month before I went to go see it.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
And then they started singing.
That is something a lot of people have been talking about recently is
True.
how they're promoting the movies
Oh,
and if people are going to be surprised to see because they
They never know
I love
that
musicals
it's a musical.
and a lot of my friends love musicals, but I know some people for some reason don't love them as
Yeah,
much.
I was literally just gonna say something about that.
Yeah.
Hollywood's like marketing movies like not as musicals, and then people will go in
Uh-huh.
and they're like, "Whoa, this is a musical! Wow!"
Yeah.
There was like this one video where people were watching Mean Girls that opened up and they
Yes.
started singing, and everyone went, ugh,
Yes, the
because they
groans.
didn't know.
Yeah.
You gotta let them know that
You
it's
gotta
a
let-
musical.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like Mean Girls, like, I feel like if you watched the trailer, like, if you actually watched it, you would have been able to tell, like, why is Regina singing right now?
Yeah.
It's like- but, like, Wonka, I didn't know it was a musical till, like, a week before, like, they opened. And I didn't see it, but I was like, oh, wow, that's a musical.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy. Yeah, no, I feel like trailers lately, like, I feel sometimes they'll like show the entire movie in a trailer. Our teacher was talking about that.
Yes.
And then sometimes they won't give you the idea of the movie at all, and I'll go and I'll be like,
Yeah.
this is completely different.
Uh-huh.
We got to work on that, y'all. Come on, Hollywood.
Yes.
Step it up.
Step your game up.
Because trailers, I feel like it's not that hard.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm just inexperienced, but a trailer, come on.
All you
Like,
have
you
to
could
do is
make
just,
a
like-
trailer.
I could make
You
a trailer.
Make
Yes.
an amazing trailer.
Hire me.
The costumes. What did you guys think of the
The
costumes?
costumes, okay, I remember when the first trailer came out,
Mm-hmm.
like the first look, and I remember people were like online raging over it. They're like, this is not what they would wear. They would not wear this, and I was like, I didn't really care. I just like I didn't care. But then like later on, when I started to like focus on like the movie more, I'm like, well, I mean like it's like set in like our time.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, Regina George might wear Doc Martens, you guys.
That's what I was thinking because a lot of people were saying like they need to be wearing mini skirts. Why aren't they wearing mini skirts?
Because
And
mini skirts are
mini
early
skirts
2000.
were more
Yeah.
early 2000s, and I think there were some mini skirts featured in like a more 2024 way. But yeah, I didn't have a problem with the lack of like 2000s fashion. I will say some of them, some of the specific pieces, I could see where people were coming from by saying that they looked a little bit like cheaper, I guess. But
Yeah.
honestly, it was not distracting to me at all during the movie. I thought that it looked like something people nowadays would wear. Like you'd walk into a high school and it would make sense that like, or maybe a more dramatized version of that. Like it definitely fit the decade more, I feel.
Yeah, I agree. I like the costumes. I thought they were cute, and I did think they were realistic. So I
Yeah.
feel like
Yeah.
if they were like just like going off of what girls wear at my school, like
Exactly.
I thought I saw a lot of similar outfits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we did have some like ode to the old movie. There was
Yes.
it was during World Burn.
Yeah.
She had the same top with like the blue straps, the blue bra strap,
Yes.
and then the shoulderless
Mm-hmm.
black top. But they
Iconic.
made it in a 2024 way because I
Yeah.
think it was like it was like kind of like a piece. Like I don't know,
Oh.
like the way that the neckline was different from then how it was in the original movie. So I thought it was cool. I thought they like switched it up really well.
Yeah. Also during Sexy, if anyone caught it, there was a moment where she was changing costumes, and it
Yeah.
was from the original Mean Girls, the cut-up
Yes.
shirt.
Yes.
So
Oh, yes.
I thought that was very fun.
There were a lot of good references.
Yeah.
You Can't Sit With Us, that was in there.
Yeah.
going back to our trivia question about Karen's weather thing, they didn't bring that up.
They did not bring
I
that
was
up.
very
And I
surprised
have
when
a
her
theory
weather
for
talent
why.
wasn't there.
Because the old movie, the message was we all have our own little talents. Like, we can all
Yeah.
do things and blah, blah, blah. And this one was different. It was like, we should all be nice to each other and,
Yeah.
and not cancel each other. And so I just don't think maybe it didn't fit.
Karen was innovative during that one scene when she was doing her makeup and the sandwich. And she found it to be a really, really good highlighter.
Yes.
So
I was kind of upset, though.
Yeah.
But maybe they were trying to make it more friendly.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Because I don't know what the original movie is rated.
I remember the first time I saw it, it was because my parents picked up the DVD and they thought it was like a little kid's movie. And so put it on and had to take it out of the DVD player. So I know that it's at least not appropriate for 3 to 4 year olds.
I would say that this new one is. What do
Yeah.
we think?
I think that it's definitely less PG-13 than the first one was, but
Yeah.
there's still a few moments, I think.
yeah. So Sunday when I went to go see it, my little sister, she came with us along with like she just turned 15, my sister. But yeah, so both of my sisters, they were there. My sister didn't enjoy the movie, not because it was like bad or anything. She wanted to see Wonka instead. But my Nana didn't feel like, oh, we need to leave. This is bad for her. No, yeah. So I think it was fine. Yeah, there was like a scene where like Regina was like kissing a guy and like they're in the closet, but it was fine.
Yeah. And they don't understand that anyway.
Yeah.
Exactly. The big difference between 2004 movie and the 2024 movie is, well, one, it's a musical.
Yeah.
But then I also think that it had different messages. I think for the first movie, was definitely more, I mean, they're both comedies, but I think it was less trying to give you a message. But both of them had girl unity, which is amazing. But there was, I don't know, like this one was more about social media and, you know, the trials and tribulations of dealing with social media, especially being in high school.
Yeah.
And this one was more about gossip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think the difference was the fact that it's a musical and then probably the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I feel like, the first one was very much focused on like cliques and everything like that, and I feel like the newer one is more like you have the main people and then the rest are just kind of like the background characters.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that was a pretty big difference.
I think another big difference is like, of course, like the 2004 focused a lot on like cliques, like that shouldn't be a thing. Cliques, just hang out with who you want to hang out with. And then this one was like, especially like a lot about like, you guys all have like, we're all human. Like we all like say stuff, things that like, it's not okay, but we can forgive. So
I definitely think that one of the reasons why they were less mean in the newer movie is because they didn't want to get in trouble.
Yeah.
They were probably, I think it's more catered to younger audiences. So it might have been just like, okay, I guess we can't go that hard.
Yeah.
And there was, I mean, like, we still had Regina's whole, like, arc of her, like, wanting to lose weight, and then she gets the bar and stuff. But I feel like they were trying to, like, lower that, like take out more fat phobia, less fat phobia.
I do feel like in the first movie, a lot of the like parts of them being meaner, they show obviously like bullying and stuff, but I feel like it was also kind of meant to be like a joke for the viewer. Like it was, you know, they were mean, but people were meant to laugh at it. But now I feel like they've kind of taken out some of those parts because sometimes it's not good to laugh at other people's pain in that
like
way.
doesn't
You know?
age
like,
as well.
It's not good to, or it's not as kind to make a joke like at someone's expense and that being the joke in the movie as well, versus like showing someone being mean, but that's not like the funny part, if that makes sense.
Right.
yeah, the point that I made, like how I didn't feel like Gretchen and Karen specifically weren't mean, it felt more like Regina's like, she is like the mean one out of like all three of the mean girls, and then like Gretchen and Karen they're like we hang out with her, but we're exclusive, so we're not gonna like be nice to you, but we're not gonna be mean. Because I don't remember seeing them like genuinely be mean.
Yeah, they weren't.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's supposed to be like the trio, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
I think in the 2004 one, like I think Gretchen and Karen were probably mean. Well, not Karen. she's just happy to be there. You know, yeah.
I definitely think that no matter how much time changes, it's hard to be a teenage girl. I think there's always so many expectations that you feel like you have to meet. And a lot of times girls can go against each other. Usually men go against girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that the message was overall like if we just like stick together, you know, and just respect each other and love each other, we can get along, coexist, you know?
I thought
Yeah.
that was like a really important message that was a good thing. I feel like, especially for the time that the original came out, it was something that maybe wasn't talked about as much, but just really spreading how much women and girls hating on each other can be really harmful, and how it's already made so hard to be a teenage girl, and when other girls are kind of tearing each other down, it can make it even harder. But
Yeah.
being able to have really good friends and everyone kind of be kind to each other makes it a
Yeah.
lot easier.
I think the movie really tried to get like across like the point that like if you're like a mean girl, like you're gonna end up alone, like how we
Right.
saw with
Yeah.
Regina, like when she was too mean and all of that, she did end up like just kind of like being on her own. But then like I also think like if you're not like willing to like actually get to know someone, you're also gonna be alone, and it's like you need to like know people past the surface level.
Right.
Like we saw that with Gretchen's song and all of
Yeah.
that fun stuff where like she just wants to impress Regina. And
Yeah.
you just need to know people before like you're so quick to judge them.
Exactly. It's time for our last trivia questions, and I have a tiebreaker for the end. And the reason it's a tiebreaker is because it's just a horrible question. Like, I don't think
Okay.
it makes any sense. So I apologize for that. But we're going to start with these ones. Which Mean Girls sequel is real?
Okay.
A, Mean Girls 2. B, Karen's Weather Special. C, Katie Goes to College. Let me know. The answer is 3, 2, 1. Mean Girls 2.
I got it.
That's right. At first, I started to write Karen's weather report, but then I thought I remembered something about Mean Girls too, so I had to.
Mean Girls 2.
All right, I'll give you the point.
Okay.
Well, I have a point.
You definitely have
yeah.
a point.
I promised I was honest.
Did you guys ever watch Mean Girls 2?
I never did, but
I didn't finish it.
I heard someone talk. Was it about the juniors that were now seniors, or
I
was
don't
it
know.
something else?
No, it was just like a continuation. I don't even. Was it at the same school? I watched this like years ago. I wasn't planning on watching it for this. It was like, but yeah.
I don't think.
That can I talk about like what the movie was about?
Yeah.
Okay. The movie basically was like this like new girl. She comes to school. She's not from Africa. But she comes into school. She's kind of like, I'm not like other girls, you guys.
Oh, I
And then,
see.
of course, there are the mean girls and all of that. Except the girl, she doesn't try to become friends with them, I don't think. I have not seen this movie. So the main girl, she doesn't try to become friends with them. But there is a girl who's not popular, but she's really rich. Like, her family's really rich. And the main girl, I think she needs money for something. So the girl who's, like, not popular but is rich, the parents of her pay the main girl to be friends with her.
Oh.
And then there's stuff like what the Mean Girls do. I don't actually remember the actual Mean Girls from
crazy.
that movie.
Oh my gosh. On Wednesdays, we wear blank. A, purple. B, pink. C, rainbow. 3, 2, 1. It's pink!
Pink.
The answer was pink, of course.
You guys
I'm
are
wearing a
wearing
bit of
pink. I
Yes.
forgot
Pink.
today. You
That's
could
fine.
argue that. Well, no. I'm still thinking this.
You have rosy cheeks.
I have rosy cheeks. That's my pick.
Yes.
Okay, here's the tiebreaker. What is a song Aaron Samuels sings in the original musical? A, Stupid with Love reprise. B, Apex Predator. C, stop. 3, 2, 1. A, The answer
A.
was A.
I got
Stupid
it.
with
Last
love.
one.
I got it.
And the crowned queen, the meanest but nicest girl, Lanaya.
I'm so honored.
How cute.
Wow. Speech.
Yeah, speech. So.
I'm very thankful because I'm a musical theater fan,
Yes.
and I like theater, and I'm thankful because I like Mean Girls. But the thing is that this doesn't need to be just about me. I am going to share this, but not break it like Katie Heron does. I'm going to share it with Sarah.
Oh, wow.
Thank you.
This is a big moment,
This is
guys.
Pass it around. Pass it around. Everyone gets to wear the crown.
Yes, but
It's beautiful.
All right. Well, that's all we have time for today. And if you haven't seen Mean Girls, go watch it. Even though you just got a bunch of spoilers, you can still enjoy it.
Yes.
Yeah, and thank you so much for listening, and we will see you guys next time.
yes, bye.